Hello, and welcome to Gamer Premonitions, No More Heroes 3. We've yet again gathered many hosts to tell you what is going to happen in the upcoming game, No More Heroes 3. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and with me this time is Bob.
Hey.
From GigaBoots, Mr. Feel from Mr. Feel's Wild Ride.
Blueberry cheese brownie.
We also have as a guest host, Gil from Gilluria.
I'm here to mercilessly shill Michigan Report from Hell.
Honorable. And we also have Thor from ThorHighHeels.
Hey.
Well, if you haven't watched the show before, Gamer Premonitions is us bringing you 4 things from each of us that is going to happen for certain in No More Heroes 3. We see it with our Gamer Premonition vision, and we thought we would bring on some especially attuned guests for this episode. We needed some people connected to suit us spiritually, so that's why we reached out to Gil and ThorHighHeels. Before we get started this time and Feel explains to us what is No More Heroes 3, let's more thoroughly introduce our guests. Gil, what is it that you do?
I basically stream weird video games over on Twitch, and I make the occasional video that nobody asked for, like an hour-long video on spy fiction by Swery.
Yes, well, see, that's the thing. The goal is to be there before people ask for it, so that way they go, look at this. This man has given me what I needed before I knew I needed it.
It's a demographic that is yet to be made.
And Thor, what is it exactly that you do?
I mean, I got a video on spy fiction too. It's like really old, so you should have watched it. But it's I've created this market. I mean, I like talk about video games on YouTube.com, and I make music for video games on videogames.com, and that's kind of what I do.
Oh, that's great. That's awesome. Well, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Mr. Feel, what is No More Heroes 3?
No More Heroes 3 is the 16th game in Suda51's Kill the Past saga. This is 100% true. Please do not check if this is true or not.
Well, thank you for explaining that. I feel like our viewers who didn't know what No More Heroes 3 are definitely know now. Well, let's get the show on the road. 20 premonitions to go. We're going to go ahead and start this episode of Gamer Premonitions off with Feel. Feel, what is something that is going to happen for certain in No More Heroes 3?
Well, in No More Heroes 3, Travis has that accessory that he sticks the Joy-Cons into called the Death Glove.
Mm-hmm.
And they've talked about how it'll have, like, customizable elements. But in No More Heroes 3, Travis will at least attempt to quote the wizard about the Death Glove. He might be interrupted. Someone might interrupt him and keep him from actually saying it, but he will try.
Oh, okay, that's cool. So we're going to get I love the Death Glove. It's so bad as he holds it up or something.
Yes, it will be framed the same. He will be staring into the distance the same way.
And somewhere in the background, Gene just goes, California at some point.
Gene's voice acted by the person who did Knack. So that's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh.
California. Oh, that's very exciting. I feel like a lot of people are going to appreciate a reference to the 1990 the zero at the end important video game movie The Wizard. Travis would own a power glove. We're going to go ahead and move on to Gil. Gil, tell me something that you know for certain is going to happen in No More Heroes 3.
So at least at some point during the mayhem of the introduction of the new bosses, we're going to cut to someone watching TV, likely Travis, and a female reporter is standing in front of a camera and gets very unapologetically just blown to smithereens, to which the camera cuts to a Zaka TV emergency channel, and we hear a faint, "Oh my God!" in the background, to which it cuts to static.
That'd be really
That's
good.
good. That's good. Bring back Briscoe.
Yes, bring back Briscoe.
Briscoe is actually canon for No More Heroes. Can you believe it?
This is good and important. This is how you know all things are right in the world. That's awesome. I do want some Briscoe representation in No More Heroes 3. I'm very excited for that moment.
Just imagine like Briscoe getting complaints from people like that's not how you do sound.
They're like, why did this guy on the news call in with his webcam microphone? Well, that's very exciting. I'm really looking forward to people not getting it and me being like, oh, you should play Michigan Report from Hell.
God.
Yes, you should, Dan. Introduce more people to Michigan Report from Hell on the PlayStation 2.
It's very important.
Produced by Suda51.
That actually did not come out in the States, right? It only came out in Japan and Europe.
It did, yeah. And Suda didn't even know it came out in Europe. Years later, he was like, wait, really?
He's like, they did
good.
that? Was that a good choice? Suda's just confused entirely.
It's technically the first Grasshopper game to release outside of Japan.
No way.
That's
Yeah,
brutal.
it predates Killer 7. It's great.
What?
Michigan Report from Hell. Play it now.
The progenitor.
Play it now. Okay. Next is my turn. For my first premonition. In No More Heroes 3, Kamui's new name/incarnation is referred to as NT Kamui. This NT stands for New Type, and during the defensive missions in outer space, there will be a direct parody of the Amuro and Mind Meld with Lala scene from the original Gundam.
Seems likely.
You think we're gonna get like the new type flash that happens behind them?
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. We're getting whoever he's communicating with melting into the entire background tier. Everyone's going to be like, what is this? Why is this character melting on screen? What is the point of any of this? Because if there's one thing Travis Strikes Again taught me, it's that watching Gundam's very important to playing a Suda game, I guess. Because elsewise I won't know every single thing and I won't see the colony drop coming.
I just imagine like Kamui entering the screen, nobody knowing who the hell that is. And he just turns into this Kamen Rider, including Henshin transformation sequence that is wildly elaborate.
Yeah, I'm very excited for what he's doing in this one. It's kind of insane that he's been fully integrated now because of Travis Strikes Again and the stuff they've already revealed about this one. It's going to be good. Okay, we're going to move on to Thor. Thor, what is something that 100% absolutely will be happening in a game shortly launching after this podcast comes out?
Yeah, so I want to preface this with two short things. One, I have not seen a single No More Heroes 3 trailer, so I don't know what the fuck is going on in that game. And two, I just played through the Silver Case and the 25th Ward, so everything I'm going to say in my premonitions is going to be totally incomprehensible.
Good.
But my first one is that Tokyo Morishima will be in the game, and I have no idea if any of y'all know who that is. Gil probably does.
I'm deleting notes as we speak.
Extremely vaguely, I do.
Yes, I know. Ignore the keyboard sounds.
Yeah, he's like a journalist in the Silver Case, and he's kind of like the closest thing that those two games have to a protagonist, because he's like the only person in those games that isn't like a weirdo motherfucker, creepy guy, asshole, murderer type person. So he's kind of like the protagonist hero, and he becomes like really important in a number of ways that I'll get into in other premonitions. But I think that he'll be in that game somehow, because he's appeared in like Flower, Sun, and Rain 2. He was just there hanging out, and you can talk to him. I figure he'll probably be there in some capacity in No More Heroes 3 like that too. Just hanging out. He might be one of those like advice givey characters like what Killer 7 has. Mm-hmm. Something like that. I feel like that could happen. But, yeah, you know, I don't know.
No, you definitely know.
Oh, yeah. No, that's gonna happen. I know this.
He gives you the scorpion catching quest.
Yeah, he's
Got
like,
the info from Suda himself.
he's like, Travis, I would love to help you, but there are all these scorpions. If only someone would pick them up.
I need some coconuts first, Travis.
Yeah.
This daiquiri is sorely lacking. Okay, well, I'm very excited for Tokyo Morishima to show up.
Shiba. So this kind of confirms that this podcast eventually is going to devolve into a discussion about the abstraction of silver eyes.
Oh yeah, I have a silver eye thing.
Yes.
You do too? That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. We're gonna talk about like what is it, like African hyenas or some shit? Where it comes from?
Something like that.
Great.
Nobody really knows.
Okay. Well, for the last premonition for round one, we go to Bob. Bob, what is something that will absolutely certainly, Suda told him yourself totally, happen in No More Heroes 3?
Oh, well, Gene starts talking in Travis Strikes Again.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to wind back, find out that Gene is possessed by the soul of the sister Gene. And she may transform Bleach style into her.
Damn.
Confirming the new silver eye in No More Heroes 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really exciting. We helped her lose weight just for her to get possessed.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's going to do it for round one of Gamer Premonitions. Starting us off on round two is going to be Gil. Gil, what's happening in No More Heroes 3?
In No More Heroes 3, Midorikawa is going to get a mild existential crisis when she realizes that her blood is now green.
Explain it to some of the people who don't know. Midorikawa, her favorite color is red, but she has green twice in her name, and it is a curse.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Who is this?
Oh, Midorikawa is one of the 9 bosses you're going to be fighting.
Okay.
Also a character that came from the Red, Green, Blue manga side story, which also made
Yeah, Bob. Did you read the manga?
I guess I
very
did.
short appearance in chapter 3 or in case 3 of the 25th Ward.
Yeah, Bob,
And
come on.
Yeah.
I thought you prepared. No joke. I didn't have enough time to play the silver case for this podcast because it was a very late concept. So when I got a copy of that translated, it says on the front fucking page, hey, you should really play that game before you read this manga. I was like, God damn it. Oh, come on.
Dan, you should really follow that advice after this podcast.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm definitely doing it. I was furious that I didn't have enough time because, man, after all the visual novel stuff and Travis Strikes Again, like all of that and everything I've seen, based on ThorHighHeels' really good video on it, I'm going to play Silver
Oh
Case.
damn.
That was what I was supposed to say.
Yeah.
I'll edit the rest out in post, I promise. Moving on to the second premonition of round two is me. In No More Heroes 3, there will be a cutscene showing the destruction that causes the game's 5 distinct biomes to crack apart and split up in the star formation that they do. This cutscene will be a direct parody of the intro to Mega Bomberman on the Genesis. Because it does the same exact thing of cracking up into 5 distinct biomes and floating in space.
It is wild that I got that reference.
I thought it was going to be one of the Sonic games where that happens.
I just could you imagine? No, it's going to be Jumping Flash. The aliens are just going to put each biome in a capsule.
Well, sort of,
Yeah.
if you think about it.
For the record, and I'm just going to throw this out there. They have 4 of the 5 biomes already named. One of them, the desert one, which looks exactly like that desert in No More Heroes 1, where you ran to after running down a tunnel forever underground.
Yeah.
That one's called Thunderdome.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, that is great.
It's like, geez,
Somebody's been watching Mad Max.
just overt here. Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, it's going to be 1 for 1 with the Mega Bomberman intro. Definitely 100% going to happen. We now move on to Thor. Thor, tell me something that's going to happen in No More Heroes 3.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be one of those things again. It's just going to mean nothing. But there's a character in the silver case called Sumiyo Kodai. And there's a character in Flower, Sun, and Rain called Sumiyo Mondo. And Flower, Sun, and Rain is like this weird thing in it where it turns out that there's like a whole bunch of clone Sumiyos. that are all there. And one of the clone Sumiyos is also Sumio Kodai, and then he shows up in the 25th Ward again, and he has like a weird demon behind him, and I don't think it's ever explained in that game. So I'm just like, a Sumio will appear in No More Heroes 3. I don't know which one. I don't know why he'll be there, but he'll just be there. He'll be one of the clones. He'll be the guy from the Silver Case. He'll be the guy from 25th Ward, who I think is the guy from the Silver Case, or the guy from Flower, Sun, and Rain, or it's all the same guy. I'm not even sure at this point, but he'll be there. And that's my premonition.
I'm not even sure Mondo is sure if he's Mondo.
Mondo is not sure, no.
I really like this premonition because it's basically you going, Suda, you dropped your wallet. You left it.
If you want it back, give me some answers.
Okay, so we have a Sumio confirmed for No More Heroes 3. This is very exciting.
Yes, yeah, it's definitely going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. This is to punish everyone who didn't play the Silver Case. I've got 8 days uncovered.
I've played No More Heroes 1 in like 2015 or some shit. I haven't played 2. I played Travis Strikes Again when that came out and haven't kept up with any of the trailers for 3. So all I have on my brain right now is the Silver Case games. So I'm just in complete gibberish mode.
No, this is fantastic.
just how it is.
That is exactly what this is about. In past episodes, we've had equally deep cut, insane pulls. So this works perfectly. See, I was going to say No More Heroes 2, you know, it may not matter all that much for this one. We're not sure how much the events and characters of that one are hyper important. But they did do a redesign on one of the characters. They took the high school girl that you fight in No More Heroes 2 as your yandere like admirer, and they changed her into like a pop star, which is really bizarre.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the only thing that is like, oh, you didn't play No More Heroes 2. You don't know this character's deep backstory of being a cut element of the game, that she's the only optional boss in the entire game.
Oh, right, yeah.
Anyway. Okay, Bob, that means it's your turn. What is your second premonition for No More Heroes 3?
There will be a playable gacha game for Lover Bizarre Jelly, the anime that Travis is a fan of.
Now, I gotta ask,
hell yeah.
because this is important. Gacha with in-game money, right?
In-game money, yes.
Okay.
They won't
Gotcha.
have a microtransaction just for this gacha that doesn't have anything.
Just check it. Just check it. I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past Suda, to be honest.
No, I really like that idea.
Just help fill Travis's waifu collection. It's a noble goal.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
give us your real money to fill Travis's collection.
Kill aliens, get waifus. The game.
Okay, well, I'm very excited to do the gacha to get him some waifus. I would like to point out he still has the same, I don't know what you'd call them, hallway drapes, opening drapes of Strawberry in No More Hero 3. And I was a little sad. I thought he would have gotten better taste by now and put Nutberry up there, but I guess not.
I was expecting some new magical girls, but those were just old posters. I'm worried.
No, it's for life.
What are you trying to say? That he peaked or stagnated?
I'm thinking the show might have been canceled.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
That's a very Travis touchdown thing to be like, no, I like this series from 20 years ago. Why would I ever change anything?
No, Lucky Star's the best anime. What do you mean update? Okay, rounding out the end of round 2 is Mr. Feel. Mr. Feel, what is something that is definitely going to happen in No More Heroes 3?
Well, I'm going to bring my only weird one since I haven't read it in a long time, but I did read Kurayami Dance once.
Ooh.
Kurayami Dance being the manga that Suda made based on the original concept of Shadows of the Damned before EA butchered it.
Oh, yeah, that.
Yeah.
My premonition is that Kamikaze Wataru, the protagonist of Kurayami Dance, will show up briefly, and then Travis will flash back to teaching him how to be an assassin to a scene we've never seen before that isn't from any previous game. Because they say that in Kurayami Dance, that he was taught to be an assassin by Travis Touchdown.
Oh, wow.
And I think the fight between Santa Death Parade and the Glastonbury, the Big Mech fight from No More Heroes 2, happens in the background of that manga at one point.
Oh, that's awesome.
Damn.
Man, that's very exciting.
Welcome to Kill the Past.
I didn't even know that. That's cool.
I knew that manga existed. I didn't know the name, and I haven't read it. But man, that would be really, really good if he showed up. Okay, this moves us into round 3. I have the first premonition. Instead of actually doing my new premonition, I'm just going to post 2 pictures of the world map and Mega Bomberman, and I'm just saying, do the math. Anyways, moving on to my premonition.
Oh, that's great.
In No More Heroes 3, Velvet Chair Girl is one of the bosses we've already shown. But the thing is, you've never actually seen her in 3D in any of the released material. You only ever see her in the background of one animated shot done by a different studio, and all of the rest of it is done by the Bob Epic team style animation that worked on Pop Team Epic. That entire boss fight is going to be an FMV QuickTime event animated by Bob Epic team.
That would be really
That would
good.
be cool. That would be really good.
Yeah.
I thought their first trailer where it was, or I guess is technically their second trailer, where it has footage that is made by Bob Epic team. I thought that was just going to be one shot, and then they released more, and it's like, no, check this out. We have a whole intro for this character done in this animation, and for some reason, they're the only character on the Japanese website with no 3D model posted. I'm like, okay, this character is going to die in some ridiculous way that is not a real battle. It's going to be something that is Bob Epic Team Field for sure. Also, Velvet Chair Girl is the most ridiculous name. You know, aside from Vanishing Point, which at first you think is named after, you know, the term Vanishing Point, but then you watch an interview with Suda from 5 years ago where he owns an American film called Vanishing Point on Blu-ray, and you go, oh, of course. Of course, it's a reference to some 1970s film. That's very Suda-core.
Yeah.
Now we're going to move on to Thor for Thor's third premonition. Thor, what's going to happen?
Hell yeah. This one's actually pretty simple, and it's just, fuck you, it's a secret sequel to another game. That's really all it is. It could be fucking the guy from Shadow of the Damned showing up and just being like, it's my game now, Travis, and he just fucking kicks him off the screen, or just some shit. It's just gonna have one of those twists where it's like, boom, he plays a different character, different game.
You're going to play as 8 Hearts.
Yeah. It's just gonna be some shit. It's just a big switcheroo. It's not even a plot twist, but it's just a different game now, and you're just gonna have to fucking deal with it.
I really like this because it's like Suda's trying to Suda pill people through No More Heroes 3.
Yeah, well, he kind of did that in Travis Strikes Again,
yeah.
where you got you enter one level and then the title screen changes and it's like, boom, you're in Shadows of the Damned world now.
Yeah,
he's gonna have to follow that up at some point, and it could be that it's getting a proper sequel, but it could also be that No More Heroes 3 is the proper sequel to Shadows of the Damned.
That would be very
Could be.
Suda.
yes.
That would be very
would be.
Suda.
That's one good way to get a sequel greenlit. Hide it in another game.
Yes.
I'm also going to casually delete one of my premonitions. Thank you, Thor.
Oh,
Get
I'm
out!
sorry.
Get out of my head, please.
So now we're going to move on to Bob for his third premonition. Bob?
That's my biggest. Yeah, we're gonna finally find out what happened to Travis, how he got the scar on his face.
How's it going to happen?
He messed up while building a Gunpla and it hurt himself.
I was like, is it going to be he tried to open a can of tuna, but he had a dual can opener?
Gene was displeased.
I really appreciated it because in my head, even though it doesn't make sense, he looks like his incognito form in No More Heroes 3. So he's got like the neck collar and the 5 o'clock shadow and everything.
I assume that's just how he always looks, except when he's playing the game. Like when he's an assassin.
Well, see, that's it's weird because you see him go in that suit and come back out and he's clean shaven. But it like Travis Strikes Again, he's just normal Travis. So it's only the intro of 3 that has him as incognito form to fuck with people during the trailer,
Yes.
which is really
Yeah.
great. Okay, let's move on to Feel. Feel, what is your third premonition?
So Henry Cooldown is in this game. He seems to have undergone some degree of Jokerification. He has a weird alien tattoo on his face now.
Yeah. He's got some weird tat.
I'm going to say he is the host of an alien that's in his brain. And not only that, that alien is his new wife because Travis took his old wife. So at some point he will start to talk and a different voice will come out of him and introduce itself as his wife.
And now, do you think there's any chance that wife looks like the weird anime girl that was in his head?
I was about to say that it's going to look like Mimi from No More Heroes 2, which is yet another Gundam reference.
The problem is, this could actually very well happen.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. I mean, we know this.
Yeah, for certain.
It's a very Suda thing.
And I am supported by him looking like Char in Travis Strikes Again.
Oh my god.
That's really great. I really appreciate that Travis steals his old wife so he has to get a new one. And it's possessing him. That's ridiculous.
That would be very Henry as well.
Yes, it would.
The only wife that's good enough for him is the one that he fabricated in his mind.
Yes. I was like, the alien takes the appearance of that, huh? Oh, that reminds me of this episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation. I'm like, nope, don't do that. Okay, we're going to move on to Gil's third premonition. Gil, what is going to happen in this fucking game?
So I was going to say that during one of the boss fights that Travis would win, but arbitrarily lose during a cutscene, after which Garcia Hotspur would show up, kill the boss in a single shot from the big boner, then walk off into the sunset.
Yes.
We're not questioning why the sunset is there. He walks off into the sunset, a title screen pops up, see you in Shadows of the Damned 2. And it's just that, like, for like maybe a minute that happens and you're just kind of sitting there going like, I can't believe this has just happened. But instead, I am going to say that the chip system is at some point going to give signature moves from other Suda games that didn't go into the Guild Pass series. So at some point, you're going to be able to unlock a chip that allows you to do the cheerleader routine from Juliet Starling from Lollipop Chainsaw, outfit included.
Oh, yeah.
That's really good.
So yeah, think about it.
Oh, it's good. I like it.
Okay. Well, we're moving on to the final round of premonitions. This is the fourth and final, last 5 premonitions on the table. We're going to start this round with Thor. Thor, what's going to happen in No More Heroes 3?
All right. So this one has a lot of build up to it, right? It's been long awaited. Y'all knew it was going to happen. It's been fucking alluded to already. But I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it exactly as I wrote it down. Travis gets the Silver Eye Kamui Shelter Children Special Powers bullshit garbage and becomes Loki a god. That's what I wrote.
Yes!
That's what I think is going to happen.
Yes!
Probably in the end. He's going to get... It'll probably tie into the fucking Tokyo Morishima being there. He's going to get the fucking weird Silver Eye African hyena bullshit from the silver case. He's going to get the eye and he's just going to become all-powerful and he'll just be a god. And he'll be casual about it, but he will be a god at that point. And we're just going to have to reckon with that.
Which would explain the scar.
You know, if that doesn't happen in 3, it'll definitely happen in 4.
Yes, absolutely. I think that goes for all premonitions here. If it didn't actually happen in 3, then obviously we were talking about 4.
That goes without
because we got this. We got this. We know this.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing.
Yeah. When that happens, I'm going to lose it.
That is incredible. Also, the hyena is there as well. Just
the African hyena. I mean, like, not to get like too nerdy with this shit, but I feel like in the silver case and the 25th ward, it kind of builds it up. Like Tokyo Morishima gets the silver eye and he becomes like this all-knowing main protagonist ass guy. But then obviously, like, now Travis is sort of the main protagonist ass guy because everyone knows him, everyone loves him, he's marketable. So it's like, well, then Tokyo can like sort of pass the torch to Travis by giving him the eye. I sort of feel like that makes sense in a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's like, yeah.
What about Sundance?
What about what?
What about Sundance? Sundance shot.
I don't even know what that is.
one of the Mondo clones.
Fucking Suda
right.
fans.
Right. Yeah.
They've
No, I
gone
guess-
too
I
deep in the woods.
It's like he's called like Shot, right? Yeah.
Yes,
think.
Sundance shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude, fucking Flower, Sun, and Rain's ending is so... I played Flower, Sun, and Rain before anything else. And it's the sequel to the Silver Case, and it plays into the 25th Ward. But it was released before any of those games had ever left Japan.
Yeah.
So I sort of remember that ending, but I was just looking at it like, what the fuck? Why is there so many guys now? Who is this? What's going on? Who is this reveal? I don't even know what the fuck that is. And then the game just ends.
So imagine that cranked to 11, and that's anyone who walked into No More Heroes 3 without playing anything else.
if he's gonna Suda it up to 11, that is, which
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do, because this is like the most eyes have ever been on a Suda game.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say, based on Travis Strikes Again, that this time he will come in at an 11. Okay. Bob, it is now time for your final premonition.
Travis will announce a previously unannounced indie game via his t-shirt. He might not know what it is even. He just has to point to it and be like, available in 5 days.
Please, that would be insane.
That would be so good.
That would be so good. And if it like it's like if you stand in front of the mirror, it just updates the date as well.
Yeah.
Like it has
got-
like
yeah,
this
yeah,
little
yeah.
asterisk at the bottom.
The t-shirt says a new date.
Yes.
I feel like Travis would just go, hope this date works out.
Yeah,
and it would
yeah.
not update.
Yes.
Good luck with that. I really appreciate this premonition because I'm like, they're pretty tight with Devolver. There's probably a Devolver game they could announce.
Probably. I mean, in Travis Strikes Again, there's also just Travis blatantly saying, I hope Devolver picks this up.
Yes.
It's so good.
I love that shit. It's really good. Okay, we are now moving on to Feel's final premonition. Feel.
Okay. In 2019, Suda posted art saying, getting ready for E3 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And he posted this. So there is either going to be a level where Travis is just making shit up and talking about some adventure he had at like 16. Or this is Hunter, his son with Sylvia. And you will play a level as them. One of the two things will happen.
I'm getting a lot of Nomura vibes from that image.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah.
Could this be the Bouncer sequel we've all been waiting for?
Ooh. Yes.
Real speculations are happening now.
The end of No More Heroes 3 just ends on Dog Street.
Yes. Travis picks up a cat burger.
That would be fantastic.
Gil, it is time for your final premonition.
So we've been talking a little bit about the silver eyes in this, and again, it's
Just
an
a little.
abstract concept. It's an abstract concept. It's basically it's this object that grants the user immortality and bullshit powers and hyenas. So at some point, we're gonna have a big showdown with the big bad, and he's gonna have all the big bads from the big bad Suda universe. And at some point during this fight, you're going to have a moment during the phase shift where the Smith Syndicate walks in. Or rolls in, depending on what form he's in.
Yeah.
Smith Syndicate being the protagonist from Killer 7.
Yes. Sorry, yeah, we should explain that for anyone.
I realized that halfway through the sentence. It was like, nobody's going to get this.
Don't worry, we're already scared all the people won't get it away.
Yeah, I hope so. At this point, they're just listening and no neurons are firing. They're like, Smithson, got it, and they just wrote it down without. What are you talking about, Bob? I'm sure everyone who watched this, everyone who's listening to this, has played Killer 7 in the last decade.
Yes.
They should
If
have.
not, you should.
No, really, you should. GameCube
Like
version.
Yeah, definitely the GameCube version. But this No More Heroes, for real though, No More Heroes feels like No More Heroes 3 feels like this sort of grand moment for like the Kill the Past series to kind of come again.
Yeah.
And kind of the Silver Case re-releasing as well kind of feels like a hint towards that. So it's like a little bit of a joke, but at the same time, like if both Shadows of the Damned 2 and a Killer 7 remake or remaster are going to be announced during No More Heroes 3, I am not going to be surprised in
Me
exactly
neither.
the way I described.
Oh, yeah, exactly the way. Yes, we're certain of this.
Yes.
We've already seen it happen.
Info pressed down from the man himself.
Well, I get the pleasure of being the last person to have a premonition on this podcast. I'm gonna keep it relatively simple, but very fan servicey. So one of the bosses in this game, as we've talked about before, is Midorikawa. I'm gonna keep this simple though. We know she's one of the bosses. Already she has been listed as a Dark Hell Princess and a janitor as her occupation. You can see her boss battle occurs in a spooky school setting. I'm putting money on this is the time. It's finally happening. We're getting an overt reference to Danganronpa in No More Heroes 3 because Takeda is the composer on many of Suda's projects and also on Danganronpa, and people have been hoping for years that there would be some sort of connection, anything. So even the smallest thing, it's going to be like a Monokuma sticker or something on a locker, and people will be like, there.
It could just be a pink blood mode. That would be really easy.
Here's the thing, though. In Danganronpa 2, there's a reference to Twilight Syndrome, the series.
Yes.
Moonlight Syndrome is also a Kill the Past game. It's the only one we don't have, and it's the first one. And it has direct ties to both Killer 7 and I think Flower, Sun, and Rain or the Silver Case, one of those. It has there's 2 characters in that are in Killer 7, I think.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I think so.
it's already all like kind of like canonized, mixed up in that way already.
Exactly.
So,
but it's only on that side as far as I recall, as far as I know. But I have not played every Suda game. So I think this is the first time a Suda game will properly be like, yo, Danganronpa. That should be real.
It would be really funny if they fake that out from Danganronpa and then immediately go to the Lollipop Chainsaw 2 announcement.
What are you talking about? We're just going to get Lollipop Chainsaw, the movie made by James Gunn.
We're going to announce all of these back to back in one boss fight, and the boss is Midori's just going to be like, come on, everyone shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Travis is like, I'm so fucking tired of this shit. Can we fight? Well, this has been 20 very, very strong premonitions. I'm glad we could give our viewers a 2-day sneak peek of what's happening in the game No More Heroes 3. In fact, you could just trust us that if you didn't find this stuff in that game, you just didn't do the right thing. It was an optional thing, and it definitely occurred. I would like to thank our guests, ThorHighHeels and Gilluria, for coming on for this episode.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you for listening to Gamer Premonitions, No More Heroes 3. Thank you for listening to this episode of Gamer Premonitions. This show, like our other podcasts, is only possible with the generous time our co-hosts have given to us and the equipment we've bought to make it higher quality and easier to produce. Please consider supporting our podcast series on our GigaBoots podcast Patreon and look forward to more Gamer Premonitions and Big Think to Mention in the future. This month's GigaBoots executive producers are Esme, E. Lee Broyles, Starfalcon, Spaceman Spiff, Red Blaze 27, Brendan O'Sullivan, Dobo Muito Real, Ace Gundam Pilot Adam Admar, Cooper Tank, Zilter, and Virmvarm. Thank you very much to our executive producers. And also these gamers. If you want to be a gamer or ascend to God Kinghood, then head on over to patreon.com/GigaBoots today.